Hi, and welcome to a new episode of IT Conversations. In this episode, we're going to talk about digital employee experience. And with me is a special guest. It's Dennis Sigmond from VMware. Dennis, welcome.
Yeah, very happy to be here, Johan.
Dennis, what can you explain our viewers about DEX?
DEX is digital employee experience, which is a very important topic for many organizations, which is very high on the agenda. Especially with the distributed workforce that we have today. How do we know how our employees are experiencing the environment? Are they happy? Do they have any issues? Is their devices in a good health? So it's a very broad topic. It starts with day zero onboarding, where the user is not yet part of the organization, but maybe in their hiring process. So you want to engage them with the organization already. That's the day zero onboarding capabilities that we have. Then you have the day one operations. So they are starting at the organization. How is their onboarding experience? Do they have their applications already installed on the device? How do they get the device? Is everything pre-installed or those kind of things? And also offboarding, of course, is pretty important. But having that said, can you explain how ITQ optimizes the digital employee experience in this managed service offering?
Yeah, definitely. So part of like you mentioned, the Anywhere Workspace, which is our total digital workspace offering that we manage as a managed service. Part of that and really the central point of that service is the Hub Services solution from VMware. So the Hub Services is the primary start point of every employee, and it offers a consistent user experience across any type of device. So the Hub Services, for instance, on a Mac or a Windows device or an iPad, looks the exact same. So through that, it simplifies the adoption of a digital workspace. It looks a bit like an app store. Which basically anyone with let's say a smartphone knows what an app store looks like, which again simplifies the adoption of that solution. Now the Hub Services come with a broad set of features that we use to empower the end user. And like you mentioned in the introduction, day zero onboarding is one of the first parts of the solution in which the employee touches the Hub Services. They get an invitation from their employer, and what they see is the Hub Services, but with a specific set of applications that they are entitled to without being enrolled in the digital workspace. So they can sign an offer letter, watch an introduction video, or for instance, watch a video around the security policy of the organization. Now, if they went through the whole onboarding process, they see some more features in the Hub Services. One of the most awesome things within the Hub Services is the unified application catalog. So we are bringing any type of app, literally any type of app to that catalog. Could be web-based apps, could be native apps, could be cloud apps, could be those traditional apps coming from Horizon or even from ThinApp. And what we do is we present a unified catalog and we apply single sign-on policies as well as security policies to that application landscape. So for an end user, it doesn't really matter if they click on, again, that native app or the cloud app or that traditional app. They'll automatically get those security compliancy features being provisioned to them, enforced to them. And well, if they, for instance, have a Windows laptop that's not fully secured through, for instance, Windows 10 updates, they might get a revoked access for a certain app. And that's completely automated. So the end user doesn't have to do anything to get access to that catalog. Now, I mentioned the device already, and part of the onboarding process is something we call dropship provisioning. So the end user, the employee receives a device. And that could either be received from, for instance, one of the big OEMs, like Dell, like HPE, or Lenovo. That doesn't really matter. Apple, or they order a device themselves. And what they can do is, from the enrollment process, get a fully automated solution in which they basically open up a device. They go through the work and school account process. They simply add their own email address to the device, and the enrollment process, including the appliance of security policies, the deployment of applications, the configuration of certain policies, is automatically processed. And they simply only have to sign up or sign in, ask or answer a couple of questions, and within, let's say, 5 to 10 minutes, they're fully onboarded to the organization.
Yeah, that's really awesome.
Now, I already mentioned the enrollment of the devices through Dropship provisioning, or something we call Autopilot, which simplifies that process. But as soon as they're fully enrolled into the hub services, they also get access to, for instance, the internet automatically. So they click on the internet page of a customer. If they are required to set up a VPN, we also do that transparently at the backend. So the employee doesn't have to do anything. They click on the internet page, and they automatically sign into that page through a secure connection.
Yeah, we're the tunnel technology.
Yeah, definitely. And what we also do is we integrate with their helpdesk solution. So, for instance, one of the pages within the hub services, one of the tabs, we can configure it to automatically tie into a helpdesk solution, and, for instance, provide access to an FAQ where they can answer, or where they can find their most of the challenges they might face.
Yeah. Could be anything,
Could be anything.
An internet page, or
yeah, definitely. Also really, really awesome, and that's one of the latest additions that we, or latest features that we added to the managed service, is the integration of the Personal Assistant. So you can imagine that if you integrate with an helpdesk solution, which provides an FAQ, and you have, let's say that your device needs to be refreshed for some reason. So you have, we configured the security policy, but it hasn't been set up on your device yet. And you might have a challenge. Now, what you can do through the Personal Assistant is, for instance, ask the Personal Assistant to refresh the device for you, simply through natural language. Hey, Personal Assistant, please refresh my device. Or, hey, Personal Assistant, I want to order a new iPhone or a new MacBook or something else. Yeah. And automatically, we guide the employee through some questions. They can simply answer, and the whole process of, for instance, acquiring a new device is fully automated. So that's really awesome.
I think this is also a pretty important topic, for as many companies are having difficulties to attract talent and to keep talent in the company.
Definitely.
I think this will definitely help them to attract, but also keep the employees engaged with the company.
Absolutely. You want to avoid putting people in boxes and setting up certain devices for them that are, completely locked down, in which they can install their own software or watch a Netflix movie or something else. You want to offer them freedom and fully empower them as an employee. And I think this definitely helps. You can imagine that if an end user is using or an employee is using the hub services, they might roll into some issues. And already briefly mentioned the integration with the helpdesk solution and with the Autopilot. But as soon as an end user runs into some serious issues, we can also provide remote assistance automatically through the hub services. And one of the most exciting features that we currently have in the solution, it's digital employee experience monitoring, DEEM, and that's a monitoring solution that VMware offers into the hub services and to the digital workspace in general.
Johan, this sounds really awesome, and the hub is really the central piece for the employee experience. You mentioned monitoring, so monitoring. Having all those great services is one thing. To monitor the employee experience is another important factor. So how do you guys use DEEM or digital employee experience monitoring too in your managed service offering? Yeah,
I think that's a great question. And one of the challenges that we found out along the years is that we can monitor user experience with metrics like BLAS Extreme related metrics, or the log-on time, or things like application start time, but that just quantifies user experience, while we're talking about employee experience. And one of the most important aspects, I think, of DEEM and DEX in general is also monitoring the sentiment of the end user, of the employee. And we do that simply through, for instance, micro questionnaires. So the employee gets the question, is this running smoothly? Is this running? Is this employee experience? Is it good or not? And simply by answering yes, we know that the employee sentiment is good, and that's I think that's one of the most important features. But that's just about the quantification, the quantification of the employee experience. We want to take that one step further by also doing proactive monitoring of not just the sentiment and the employee experience, but also, for instance, if they receive a device. Let's say we have a laptop, a physical Windows laptop, and an employee receives that, and after, let's say, 2 years, the health of the battery drops down to, let's say, a certain threshold, 50%. And what we can automatically do is run a process in which the employee receives a new battery without them asking for it. So they might have some issues if they take it, if they want to work mobile, and we just ship them a new battery, and we do that through a couple of things. So we have, first of all, Workspace ONE Intelligence, which knows about the condition of such an aspect, so the device context, and we use a specific dashboard in Workspace ONE Intelligence to get more information about the employee experience, and that together, I think, shows some real added value and helps us to understand what an employee is going through and how satisfied they are with the employee experience.
Yeah, and this is really great, and I think it also helps organizations to shift from a traditional SLA to a more experience level agreement, the XLA.
Absolutely.
So this is really great, and like I said, there are more hub services in the whole solution from ITQ in the managed service offering.
Yeah.
What if customers or people want to know more?
Yeah, definitely. This is a really good question. If people want to know more about the hub services, about our managed digital workspace, they can reach out using the contact details, and we'd be happy to show them what the potential of a digital workspace can be through such solutions.
Really great.
Awesome. Well, I hope this clarifies a little bit about digital employee experience, digital employee experience monitoring. And if you have any questions, like I mentioned before, feel free to reach out. For now, thanks so much for watching, and we'll definitely see you next time.